Sometimes I might seem unconventional. Sometimes I try avoid the usual. The people try to tell me how to live. I try to live my own life, my own way. Let me live my life.
Oh, let me live my life.
Let me live my life.
Oh, let me live my life right now.
It's a very good morning. 7 o'clock African time. And we're leaving our Guia Negra in Vilanculos and we're heading across to Bazzaruto Island. We're staying at the Bazzaruto Lodge. And Derek from Garn Fishing is getting us there in style. As the crow flies or the boat speeds, it's only 50 kilometers from Vilanculos to Bazzaruto, 2 hours on the boat. But travel in any form is not without its issues. I'm still not sure if it was water in the fuel line or some other gremlin, but it was quickly sorted out and we were back on our way.
We're back home! Yes, this is a nice boat.
What a nice way to start your day off. It's like driving at 120 kilometers an hour with your head out the window for an hour and a half.
Most people fly to the island, but for me personally, this is way more fun. Behave yourselves, children. I think this will rank up in the top 5 places we've stayed. Cheers. The 4-star Bazzaruto Lodge on the tip of the Bazzaruto archipelago is the perfect island getaway, renowned worldwide for its marine life, diving and its game fishing. Which is why after I'd settled in, unpacked my bags and was sitting around the pool soaking in the afternoon sun planning what to cook, I started hearing some fishy stories. Everyone tells us what the fishing's like, so we've officially changed cooked to hooked for 1 episode only.
So what he means is he's actually run out of ideas to cook, so he's going to piggyback on us for a change.
I can't cook any more fish, day and night. I've been cooking fish for like, I don't know, every day, 3 weeks. Maybe catching a fish today will give me back some of my mojo, and they reckon this is the spot. Cross your fingers for me.
And I'm going to try put him into a fish because he's been in Mozambique for 3 weeks and the closest he's got is about 3 foot away from the boat and apparently it fell off.
It is a magnificent day in Africa. I think maybe cooking is easier than fishing. Can I have some of what she's got on my line? Please, someone? Check. Double! Oops, sorry. What's that, Gareth? Is that a good catch? Haha! First time on camera! Woo! Is it any good eating, eh? No. What's the point then, man? Oh well, I'll just have to give it another bash. No fish, no cooking, no food. If I don't catch an edible fish from the shore, I think my only solution is to go deep sea fishing tomorrow. Because they tell me here, you're guaranteed of catching fish. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. We're in Dolphin Bay, about to go out with Garn Fishing. Today, if I don't catch a fish, I refuse to cook anything. You can tell that straight to my producer. This is serious business here. Right? Ayo, it's off to sea we go. I feel a bit useless here. I don't know what they're doing. I'll just smile a lot today. It's called a bucket, which means you don't squash your self when you catch a fish. But I'm probably going to need this thing in any case to land my fish, not this little thing like this.
You know the definition of billfish fishing? Endless hours of boredom, interspersed by short moments of complete and utter chaos. So be on your toes.
I'm ready for it, eh? I must admit, I quite like being out here though. What an amazing place Mozambique is. 99% of your time beyond sleeping is spent in the great outdoors.
So Justin and the boys have gone fishing this morning. Hopefully they're going to catch something. The rest of us are going to take a bit of a walk up to the lighthouse, get a nice perspective and view of what Baz actually looks like from up there. So Danny, tell me why I'm wearing your, holding your camera.
Because we're going for a walk. That sounded weird. Up to that lighthouse over there. Trapping at the back of everyone. I'm like, yo, I want to set up a nice shot, camera on the ground, looking up there and have everyone walk into frame. And I said to Darren, which is what he wanted to record, which is what he's recording now, which is what I'm about to say, which is what I said. I said, can I put the camera over there and film up and have everyone walk into frame, but would everyone do me a favor and just wait for me to get there because I just don't want to run up ahead. This is the beginning of a very long walk on a very hot day. It's a very high hill over there. I ain't gonna run ahead if I can avoid it.
What I didn't know while I was out at sea, hard at work catching what would hopefully be my dinner, the rest of my motley crew had gone for a little excursion to the Bazzaruto lighthouse. What you forget when you're in the tropics is that there's often 100% humidity, and when you're away from the sea, there's no cooling breeze. So it's as hot as Hades. But then again, where would you rather be?
See, outside I am. By the way, the shots are getting less and less steady. I have a very nice crew who waited for me to run up ahead the first time. But they didn't do it any time after that. Here I am carrying this furniture and everything. Oh, God, give us a push. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's awesome, bro. Short-lived, but awesome.
This lighthouse was originally built in 1894, and the lighthouse keeper and his family would have lived in this dilapidated structure until 1896. Or is that 1986? And although they would have only been 100 meters above sea level, the view out over Bazzaruto Bay and one of the last viable populations of the extremely rare dugong would have been amazing. Reason enough for the 4-hour hike from the lodge.
So it's the cooked crew playing snakes and ladders.
I really love nature. In the short amount of time that's passed since 1986, nature is well on her course to removing the stain that man leaves behind when he moves on. You've got to love that.
Sweet. We begin our descent.
This sea stuff is making me very lethargic. I need a fish to wake up. Wait.
What you got there, Tassie?
I don't know what that is, bro. Is it edible?
Yeah.
It nice edible or
Sashimi.
sashimi?
Justin finally catches an edible.
Well, I think it's more a case of the boat caught the edible.
Oh.
And it's a lure selection. Thank you, my brother.
What time?
Good night, sweetheart. What Gareth's just doing is bleeding my bonnie. Because if I want sashimi, it's what I've got to do. If he was just going to use it for bait, he would leave it nice and bloody.
It improves the quality. You don't get any blood clots in it.
Exactly. You get that. So you don't get any blood clots.
Otherwise
when
you've got
these
big dark patches in the meat and it doesn't look so appetizing.
And if he interrupts me again, I'm going to push him overboard.
You want your ceviche? I got the fish for ceviche.
That's a beauty, bro.
It's going to be something.
Yes,
It's more humane than battering him with a stick.
Jeez, bro, I'm in awe, eh? I've never seen you in action like that. Sushi, eh? Never in my life before. When you buy a piece of fish in a supermarket, ain't like this. No blood, no guts, no Gareth stabbing a thing to death.
There, you have a fresh bowl of sashimi and ceviche and grilled fish, anything you want to do with it.
Around that point, home.
And now that I've got some fish to cook, I've got my mojo back.
Looks like them coming in now. The boat looks nice and heavy. Hopefully it's filled with fish.
I don't believe you. No. Nice towel. Goes with our naval aquatic theme, right? It's more the boat catches than you catching, you know. I'd be happy to go and do rock and surf this afternoon. Because then, you know, Justin, fine.
Don't let the size of the fish fool you, because on my menu is a little fresh sushi and some ceviche. That's a dish that's got its history in Peru and is about to cross the cultural divide into Mozambique.
Still impressionable.
Michael Jackson.
Justin says my hands are too dirty, so I'm trying to keep them clean now.
I still don't have a radio mic though. Yeah. But we'll try. In the middle of nowhere, on Bazzaruto Island, I'm about to make sashimi. We're seeing little fish over there. I don't think life gets much better than this. So our Mozambican restaurant is officially open. This is our first meal, kuto sashimi a la Gareth.
And then you just cut it basically behind the fins out. We'll try to run the knife as close as possible to them.
It's like watching a machine fillet fish. Eat. Check what a good job he did, eh?
Ideally you want cloth with some rice vinegar on to stop the knife getting sticky.
Do you want a cloth, eh?
A damp cloth would be wonderful.
Okay, let me get you one. Go wash your hands, man. Look at that, eh? Catching more fish at our Mozambican restaurant. Well done. Garth is my assistant on this show. Look what Garth's doing while I'm cooking.
Well, someone's got to catch the fish, eh?
This is not good, eh? I think we've got to finish up the lunch quick, so that I can go and have a little bit of a throw. Going back to our kitchen here, very important. Thought it was a fish.
Only important thing here, 2 important ingredients. Fresh fish, sharp knife.
Soya sauce, wasabi, wasabi, soya sauce, wasabi,
Kuta.
kuta.
See how marbled this is?
It's beautiful.
What that is the fat content in it.
Just let me do a quality control check.
No. You said you'd wait.
Asses. Are we there yet?
Isn't it you that taught me that hungry people make the best food tasters? Huh? If you starve us enough, we'll say everything you make is nice.
How's this guy, eh? Dan, I've already got the song playing in my head. You know, at that part of the show when the music comes up and all the rest of it, and it's going dun 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 dun.
The great thing about food is that there are no rules. You don't need a fancy setting, cutlery or crockery. In fact, all you need is the food itself and friends to share it with. This is life in its most simple and magnificent form.
Right, welcome to Justinios and Garth's restaurant. For our second course today, we're making ceviche. Ceviche essentially means the fish is cooked in acidity. Acidity is going to come from these. You can use lemons or limes. We're using lemons. Okay, you do it. I'm going fishing. Have fun. I'm going to do all of this while you fishing. Chances are goodbye. Have fun.
Okay, so while Justin's gone to play, guess I'm left with the cooking, eh?
Got him, didn't I?
So what we're going to do here, we're going to cut it down about 5 mils thick, because there's your grain. We're going to cut across the grain. And in essence, it can be a bit thicker than sashimi, as you can see, because the acidity is going to cook it. So it could be quite lekker.
How are you going, young man?
I'm very well, and you? Come for a top up.
Sorry, the bar and the restaurant are at the same place.
That'll be 15 dosh, please. And then I'm just going to layer these really nicely along the bottom of the dish. And then we're going to spice it up a bit. Just going to sprinkle that over. We're just going to put a bit of salt. Not too much as that strong sea salt that we bought on the way here. I don't want to overpower it. And then we start with the lemons. And you just want enough to cover it. Healthy tip, upways. Then you get no seeds. And this is potent chili, so I think that's enough. Now, we've seen this being done a million times. We're going to try it ourselves, eh? Some coconut water in it, just to give it a little bit of a tart feel. Put it in our trusty freezer for about 20 minutes or so. Should be all right.
Sunset, and I think the ceviche is ready. And in case you didn't get it, this is a great way of doing fish because it cooks in the acidity of the lemons, or limes if you prefer to use it. And as you can see here, how the fish has gone all opaque, that's cooked and ready to eat. So, second course of the Garth and Justinius Casa on Bazzaruto Island.
I often wonder if the rest of the world has as much freedom as we do in Africa. Whether it's going fishing or just cooking on the beach, the life I lead in Africa is unique, and it's why I love it.
Are you running from my food, eh? The photographer, Dwayne, eh? Happy snap, you know what I mean, eh? So busy shooting, he forgets to eat. Everyone catches stuff in Mozambique. That's my sound lady, eh? Working hard. That's why the sound lady's busy fishing. It's our last day on Bazzaruto Island, and I should be sad, but I'm not, because tomorrow morning, 5 a.m., we're heading down to the Wild Coast, which is one of those places that makes me tick. Last things I have to do here is show Jeremias, the head chef, how to cook chicken with a difference for my guys. Come into the kitchen. Was devastated by a cyclone a couple of months ago, so it's a bit hectic. Still the kitchen. And then the cold room. Don't you like this in Mozambique? Get out of the 33-degree heat. Your list will fog up if you come in here, but I'm disappearing away. All right, enough shenanigans. It's freezing in there. We're just going to wait for Jeremias. I'll strike a pose, will I? Garth and I are doing an interesting new chicken. And we've had some dough on the go for a couple of hours. It's like 1.5 kilos of salt, 1.5 kilos of bread flour, and about 1 liter of water. And you can see it's quite a stodgy, stiff dough. But that's for some chickens we're going to bake in the oven just now. And I can't tell you how happy I am that we have use of an oven. Obviously, I'm cutting into Jeremiah's very busy time of the day. They've got lunch at 1 o'clock for the 60 guests. They've been here. What time do you guys get here in the morning?
6 o'clock. 4 o'clock, I mean.
4 o'clock, and what time do you finish up at night?
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock. Jeremias is in the kitchen from 4 o'clock in the morning till 11 o'clock at night.
Yes.
Every day.
I have a suspicion that something here was lost in the translation.
He's a machine, man. Strong machine. I'm dying in there, man. I can't tell you, Garth, how hot is that kitchen? It's not normally like that in your kitchen, eh?
That's why I'm sweating. I'm in the
Sweating like a mine worker. Look at me. Oh, gosh. can see you guys are working hard today. Eh? First thing, Garth, make up a little bit of a herb rub. Dried mixed herbs is the best we can get here. Herbs, butter, squeeze the lemon juice, crushed black pepper, pinch of Maldon salt, chuck it in there. And then some garlic. It's too much pepper for your guests, but it's all right for me, eh? And garlic. What you're gonna do with me, Jeremiah, is here, is you're gonna get the skin to separate from the body, like that.
You want to take it out, the skin?
No. Leave the skin, just to loosen it. Yeah, that's it. Take that herb, butter, and rub it in with the butter. You have to use your hands for this. And you're gonna rub it underneath the skin. Messy work. Oh, I'm gonna go clean my hands quickly. Thank you, young man. Only way I'm gonna do that is, hang on, right, let me clean my hands before I drink. Thanks for the drink, Bo. Okay, and then you're just gonna put some lemon in like that. Need to make it flat, about 5 mils to a centimetre thick. You'll see why now, Jeremiah. Okay, now put him on there, Jeremiah.
That like this?
Straight. And then we're gonna work the dough around him. You've got to seal all the holes, eh? It must be a total sealed unit. Like that. Is when you put it in the oven and bake it, this goes all crispy and crunchy on the outside, and it's like a little oven. So the meat and all the juices stay juicy inside there. Let's make this one a peri-peri one. There's a big Portuguese influence in Mozambique. Look at the setting we're in. I mean, what other cooking show comes to a place like Mozambique, sits here in the sun, and you have a beautiful country, Jeremiah, eh? Look at this.
Yeah, it is.
Lucky man, eh? Now, if you just had more time off. Over there's Louis Longlens, my fishing show director. See how hard he's working. So now, our turn will be shortly. And then all we have to do is bake them in the oven. Here we go. Interesting, isn't that? As opposed to your traditional roasted chicken. Oh, going to the toilets, kitchen's this way. And this is the type of thing, if you don't experiment with food, how do you ever learn? All that's left to do is chuck this in the oven at 180 degrees for between 40 minutes and an hour and a half. Muito obrigado.
Yes.
And you'll have to taste it, eh?
I will taste it.
Good. I'm going to go down to the pool and have some cocktails. I'm now almost officially on holiday. Now all I need is my pina colada. How come you've got my pina colada?
Bring your tea.
Yes, you know, just all the liberties that get taken here. Drinking pina colada. Only thing is, this thing will probably cost me like $15. I'll be bankrupted. I'll have to finance my cooking show on my credit card now. Worth it.
You arrived.
On my yellow poke, you can't whip the camera yet. But the whole trip I've been saying we need a girl in a yellow polka dot bikini. There's one over there. She's happy. You can't look. She's gonna look. She's gonna look. I don't want to know. I'm turning my back. I don't want credit for that. What are you doing? There's a girl in a yellow polka dot bikini. How ironic is that? I think she saw you. Our chicken's been on the go for like just over an hour, and now it's time to check if it's ready. Put it in, leave it for 5 seconds. If it comes out and it's hot like that, feel? You can feel gently, you know, it's very hot, then it's cooked.
Good taste. Very nice.
A little bit salty. If you make it for your guests, I'd suggest you use a dough with no salt in it, you know?
Okay. You say I must put less salt in. I must put a little bit salt in.
Little bit of salt, like a normal bread dough that you make.
Okay. So,
Sharp, Jeremiah.
please.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your recipe. I hope I'm going to do it the same.
Just not so much salt, huh?
Yeah.
Getting that like all silhouette must be bloody beautiful. He's lost, and I'm still lost. All my friends must just go, food tastes good, and then we can go drinking. Got it? Food tastes good. Now you gotta wait until you eat the food, man. I'm just really interested in that, which is our chicken. The leg cast.
Good. Oh, sorry. Tasty. Forgot my line.
One small suggestion, the salty thing doesn't really work. Next time you make this, do it without the salt, just a straight bread dough. I've got the greatest crew, I should say friends in the world. You know why? That meal I made there, the principle of it is amazing. Cooking in the salted, crusted thing, not so amazing. Make this at home with normal bread, unless you've got friends like mine who'll put up with anything I do. So they'll go, when it's not, And that's what real friends are about, you know? I'm only human in a sense, and I guess everyone's fallible to some degree or another. Me more so than most. Wouldn't be cooked otherwise. You know when they have at the end of movies, they have like a lighthouse or something like that. I have 3 crazy friends running through sunset. That's what I have. I don't have one of those like little cars riding past or a lighthouse swinging around or little kid fishing from a moon. I have 3 crazy friends playing in the sunset. Know what I mean, eh? Capiche, huh?